Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, exploring data, and in this stream, I'm going to be going over crude oil and looking into futures, monthly futures, to see if that could possibly be an indicator for price action for that month, the following months. I have looked into that with natural gas. Currently, I'm compiling all of the historical data. That goes back to, I believe, 2007 as far as the ProShares ETFs. Actually, no, the ProShares ETFs go back to 2014, I believe. But then the United States natural gas, just like United States oil, which is behind me, I believe this goes back to 2007. And so looking at monthly futures data, what I've noticed, at least with natural gas, is it tends to be a fairly good predictor of price action for that month. And so basically, when the futures switch from red to green, that month is tends to be positive. I think that there are a handful of months in this long record where it flipped negative. So when it goes from red to green, you would expect price to go up, but sometimes it does go down. But typically, it goes down around 5% at most when it does go down. And usually gains can range from either being flat, so zero, which is rare, or I've seen, I believe for the ProShare short natural gas, the largest gain I've seen is 333% over a few months. So that's pretty remarkable. And, I'm really curious to see if futures, fall once they, as far as I understand, once they expire, you get the number for, so let's say on December 1st, you want to know what the price of a commodity will be over the course of that month, if it will be going up or down. Futures expire before the start of that month, so before December. So I believe actually tomorrow, November 28th, futures will be expiring. And then at least the data source that I'm looking at, that value, the percent change will be listed on the first of each month. And so this Friday, December 1st, I'm going to be looking into not only natural gas, but also crude oil to see if, maybe we're at a dip to buy. And here, I'm actually going to, before I get into crude oil, I'm just going to go over natural gas to show kind of, what I've been doing. So with, this is UNG, United States Natural Gas. And basically, I'm going to put this on the weekly time frame. I've just been putting vertical lines every single time. Basically, futures switch from positive to negative, so green to red, or opposite, red to green. And so it's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm taking data that I get from this website I'll show you in a second, putting that into a spreadsheet, looking at percent changes. Here, actually, I'll show you the one for cold, KOLD. That's, let's see. There's one it's just remarkable. I think it doesn't look like it's a big one, but yeah, this one right here, it goes from, it doesn't look that big, the square compared to, the other ones, the shaded area. But this, 333%, almost 34% gain from the close of basically December 1st of 2022 to February 1st. So over the course of 2 months, pretty big gain. They're not always like that. They're more commonly like 10%. But, if you can establish a position with some confidence like that, I think that's pretty good. This one that's yellow, that's a drop of 7.58%. That's actually the largest that I've seen. There was one that I had mistakenly thought was negative, but there was actually a flip from red to green, green to red, whatever, in the middle of it. And so, yeah, I think the most negative that I've seen for one of these periods is about 8%. So, yeah, but anyways, in this video, I'm not going to be talking about natural gas. I want to be talking about crude oil because, I'm really not that familiar with it. I had been following Boyle, that's the 2X natural gas pro shares. I've been following that for a while, so I'm a little more familiar with natural gas, but I just think that, looking at this, doing this comparison with multiple commodities where you can have 2x leverage positions either to the long or short side, I think that could be like a really, really great kind of like carefree way to invest and also to manage risk, because if it flips from red to green, you go long, and you don't, maybe you make 3% before it switches from green to red on the monthly time scale for futures contracts, and it switches to red, then oh hey, I should settle with my 3% gain exit because it's probably going to go down the next month, and then you flip over and short it. So yeah, I mean, I think this is like a really, really cool idea. And maybe it's a really bad idea. I don't know, but I'm documenting it. I'm doing the work, compiling the data, and I look forward to sharing that with you. So for natural gas, I will be sharing that data. If not Friday this week, definitely Saturday, because this Friday is the 1st December. So good to know if it switches from red to green. I do think it will switch from red to green. Actually, before I get into oil, I'm just going to switch over to natural gas one last time. But yeah, I think, let's see. I need to look at it on the daily time frame. I think a lot of people have been like freaking out because, we broke below this blue line of support that I have drawn, broke below this. Actually, it wasn't really uptrending support because it didn't really have another touch point other than what had already broken through it. But anyways, finding new 52-week lows. Yeah. So I think a lot of people are like panicking, freaking out and stuff. I think this is going to be a really good buying opportunity. And so for me personally, I've been averaging into a position that I have with Boyle, adding into that. Sorry for all of the lines. But if the futures does look like it's red when it comes out on December 1st, then I would get rid of my Boyle even at a loss, because I would expect it to be losing more, and I would switch over to cold, which is the short 2x leverage natural gas. But anyways, this video is not about natural gas. This is about oil. And I should mention, if you have any ticker requests throughout this, drop them in the live chat, and I'll take a look at whatever you request. Happy to do that. And so I am just going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna go to this website. Oh, before I get into it though, sorry, I'm scrambled a little bit. I usually do this on Sunday when I'm a little more organized, just put out a couple videos, stuff like that. If you do enjoy the content on this channel, if you do enjoy all this stuff I'm putting together, kind of the frantic nature of trying to put videos out while also working a full-time job, make sure you like the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. This is a lot of fun for me, but it's also, I'm learning a lot of this stuff as I go. I really appreciate it. All of the likes, all of the comments. It's so great. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I'm going to switch over to this website, which is probably going to have a bunch of clunky ads. Sorry about that. But this is, investing.com, crude oil, WTI futures. And what I've been doing is looking at the historical data and then going to the monthly time frame. And let's see, I'm gonna download, to download, you need to provide email and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to copy and paste it into a spreadsheet so I don't have to deal with ads, and I have the data on my computer. And also, before I get into that, I forget, this is a casual live stream, and we're just having fun here. Thanks for watching, whether you're tuning in live. I don't see anybody live. if you're watching after the fact, I think this this stuff, looking into commodities and futures, is going to be a really, really exciting thing. So I'm excited about it. So cheers to that. Cheers to our success. Hopefully December is a good month for us, whether that's crude oil, natural gas, whether that's long or short. I think this table that's right behind me is going to be pretty helpful. All right. So what I'm first, before I get into this data, actually, no, I might just start with a default. That is November 20th. Yeah, November 27th. So I'm just going to drag and copy all of this. It's not really that much data. Copy that. And I will paste it into the spreadsheet. Should have the correct axes. Oh, yeah. I just copied this from my my other spreadsheet. So this should be not UNG. This should be USO, which is the United States crude oil, I believe. Boil should be, let's see, UCO. That is 2x leveraged crude oil. And then cold should be SCO, which is 2x leveraged short crude oil. So you got those there. And so I've just got this little table. And so I'm basically just going to, let's see. I need to do some conditional formatting. Sorry if this is boring, but this is just, I do this by myself. And I feel like it's more exciting and it's nice to be accessible looking into this stuff. What kind of research am I doing? Is what I'm doing garbage? I don't know. Provide feedback, comment, or send me something in the live chat. But yeah, so I'm just going to create a new rule. 3 number. It's going to be 0 for this one, and that's going to be yellow, just in case there are some 0 values. And then this number is going to be, I think, 0.00001, and that's going to be red. And this number is going to be 0.00001, and I caught myself. That should be negative, and this should be green. And so now we can see which months red, green, and then whenever it changes, like from red to green. However, I should note this is in reverse order, and so I'm actually gonna. I don't know that these are. I'm gonna do short date, so it should be that in percentage. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna select these. I'm going to sort them by column A. And so yeah, that's the correct order I want to be going in. And so yeah, so we see this is all green. And then here it switches to red. And so man, sorry about that neck crack. Yeah, I'm just going to, this is what I'm going to be doing this stream. So if you want to hang out, that's cool. This is basically just how I'm compiling the data. This is like my due diligence is just going to be based on numbers. And then I can do a little bit of statistics. I'm not a great statistician, but just do a little bit of stats to basically gauge my confidence levels. Okay, so enough of that. Let's see, there's a change here. So, and this goes from, okay, well, so I don't know how long of green that is. So I need to do it starting in this one. And so this is going red to green. So I want to look at June 1st. And so I will do that with, let's see, all of these charts. So June 1st, I need to put a red line. So where's June 1st of what year? 2022. Going back in time. And I'll put a vertical line. May, June 1st. And there we go. It's June 1st. I'm going to lock that and I'm going to paint it red. Okay, so June 1st. And then it switches to green October 1st. So wow, this might actually be really bad for oil. Maybe it's only good for natural gas. I don't know. October. Wait, no, because it's red, so it's going down. So this is around where October 1st should be, the end of September here. So yeah, I mean, I think that this is probably going to be pretty good because, the green line is near the bottom, the red line's near the top. And then so that would tell you, hey, you don't want to be long here. You want to exit your long. You want to start shorting. And then you short down to here when it turns green. Then it tells you, hey, you want to exit your short. You want to go long. And so I expect that November 1st will be the next red one. November 1st will be the next red one. Yeah, just a month after October. So that's true because it corresponds with, a near top over here. Okay. And so I'm actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all of the lines down on these 3 tickers, and then I'll go back through them and add them to the table, and we can see where that takes us. So yeah, there's that. So I'm just going to put a line here, just so I know. Oh, what? There we go. All right, so that's November, and then and it switches to green in April. So I'm guessing that's going to be, around here, right around the bottom. Kind of predictable. But this is kind of delayed. Yeah, so, I'll lock that, and that's green. So yeah, I mean, that's not really that ideal, but it's like what I found looking at this, which I will try to quantify to get a better idea of like a systematic pattern for trimming, is that like, let's see, from like basically approximately from this, I mean, this is a bad example because it's short, but it's like, because this ticker is not, but that's negative 20. But then up here, it's only negative 4. So if you want to be maximizing on that change, you could be trimming. And then trim the rest, when it switches. Yeah. All right, so that's April. I think May is the next one it switches. Yeah, I just got to do this. Man, I got to see about putting some music on for the stream. I could do that. I don't think anybody's watching right now, so I could do that. That'd probably make this more entertaining for me. Let's see. I might try doing that. Let's see. Okay, so if I go over here. Audio library. I don't have that much stuff in here. Starred. This is just some music. Yeah, maybe this is good for me for next one. So I'm gonna unplug myself from the mic so I can't hear that, but you guys should still be able to hear me. And then I'm gonna plug myself into the computer. And this is agonizing, but nobody's Nobody's tuning in. All right, so I should be connected to computer audio, and I'll see. This is all just an experiment. Let's see. I'll play this. All right. So hopefully you're hearing that, and I'm hearing that. I'm actually going to turn it down for you guys a little bit. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully I'm not too quiet relative to it. Oh man, I didn't know there were lyrics to this. So I might skip that song. Okay, I like the song. Yeah, hopefully that's all right. Background music, and then I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. We can chill, listening to some music, enjoying ourselves, crunching numbers. All right. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully that's not too loud relative to me. But, I'll find out. I'm actually turning it down a little bit. Okay, we'll see about that. All right, and so what have I drawn on here? April was the last one. I think May is the next one I got to do. Yeah, May. Okay. So May, probably around here. Yep. That's going to be red. Locking that in place. Then after May, it switches again to green. All right. And then at the end here, the last one is going to be switching to red in October. It's probably up here. Yeah, man, I think I'm pretty smart for doing this, or I'm like really stupid. I don't know. I'm either really, really smart or really, really stupid. Because this just seems so obvious. All right, and so we can then calculate only, so I'm just doing this for USO right now. So I got the close here. I'm just doing approximate for this, and then I will set it exactly. So the close on October 3rd, 67.89. So I'm going to adjust that here, 67.89. Want the exact numbers. And then the close here was 73.12. So 73.12. Perfect. So I will lock that so it doesn't move. That's a 7.7% gain over the course of 1 month. So I think that's pretty cool. And that's not leveraged. That's not 2x leveraged. And so for this one, man, this is a bad example. Yeah, that's only 1% though. So I guess it's kind of important to also consider is it a large green or, yeah, because this is a bad one. Or maybe this just is an example that maybe crude oil is not as good as natural gas for doing this. So that's, why I want to stream this. So this close 70.27, 70.27, and this one here 66.55, 66.55. Okay, I'll lock that so it doesn't move. That's 5.2% loss. So that sucks. But net, if your positions were the same size, you'd be up based on this. And then let's see what happens with this one. This is, what is really exciting about this. It doesn't always work, but when it does, sometimes this is, it could have been, Yeah, up to the top there, 30 over 30%. So that's why I want to trim incrementally. Those are my thoughts. Um, and so with this green line, that is a close of 62.55, 62.55, and this red one is a close of 79.39. 79.39. Okay. Locking that, yeah, almost 27% increase there. And so those are, all of them that I have for this time frame. But I will also do this so this is, long but not leveraged. So I'll look at UCO next to do kind of a comparison. And so that's red starting June 1st. So that's red. And then next one, October, November, okay. October. November. Okay, and that's locked too. Okay. And so I'm just going to do this for short as well. So June, October, November. June. October is green. November is red. All right. Then UCO, then, oh man. And I've got April, May, June. April, May, June. So that's green. And then I believe October was the next one. Should be up around here. It switches to red. This should be all of the lines. Yeah. Okay, so this is April, May, June, October. That's green. Yeah, okay. Let's see. All right, and then October. This is super boring, but this is like, creating data, looking at data to get a better understanding of direction. And the better understanding you have of direction, the more money you can make. And so this, I could probably dive way deeper into this, but this seems like good enough for me. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to and then kind of do some comparisons here. So let's see with this, going from approximate close there to approximate close here. And then I'm going to do it exactly. So it's 28.20 for this, 28.20. And this one is 32.46. 32.46. All right. Lock that. And so just like a quick comparison, that's increase of 15%. And, if you're trimming, you could, let's say you have this position, you say, hey, I've got however many shares I feel comfortable with holding. I'm going to trim half every 10% move. So by the time you get up to here, you remove half of your position. By the time you get up to here, you remove half of that half, so a quarter of your position. You have a quarter remaining. Then you come back down to near where you had your average is, and you could either add then or just continue to hold and then close out at a 15% gain. So that seems pretty good to me. Okay, so then I will continue on to the next one. So this next one will be, and actually I could start with a short. And so that's this, basically the approximate close of that day to the approximate close of that day, adjust them. So this is $20.95. Perfect. And this one is $28.02. Almost. There we go. Perfect. Close that. That's a gain of 33.75%. Although I should note that that's over 4 months, June, July, August, September. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, in this area, when it goes down, that could be a great opportunity to lower your average. And then, from that point, from the lows here, that's up 50%. So then you could be trimming incrementally on your way up. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how crude oil compares with natural gas as far as gains go. I guess relative gains. Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about this music. Let's see. Let's see about this song. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, so I got that one. I've done that for UCO and USO. So I'll do this other short one. This is also, holding from November to April. And the result is going to be, actually negative on this one, which sucks. I got to change that to yellow. But, there's plenty of upside within that. So I think it's good to be considering that. And here, let's actually see. I don't need to, I can go to my Excel sheet. The part that's April, this is to April. Yeah, because when it goes from, this is clear, negative 6.9. And then the next one, December 1st. That's not very negative. And nor the one after that, they're less than 1%. So that could be like, hey, less than 1% might be a good time to exit. But then if you were to exit, yeah, you'd be missing out on this. Well, no, wait, no. Oh, yeah, so December. Okay, so December, negative 0.1%. So that would be like around here. Yeah, so maybe that's not, I don't know. It's tough. You got to use your judgment. But then like from this one, January, because it's returned to that level. Yeah, so, but yeah, like from this point, go up there. That's 26%. From here to here, more than 10%. So good to be trimming with this. Not good to just go all in and hold on the whole time until it switches from red to green in this case. But yeah, anyways, close 2372. 2372. And this one, 2284. And so I'll lock that. Yes, that sucks. That's a negative 3.71%. But there are plenty of opportunities to be trimming in this. Yeah, I mean, so like starting from here, go up to here, more than 10%. So here, trim half of your position. Then it comes back down to this level. Then you reload. Then it goes up more than 10%, trim half, up to more than 20%, trim another half, which would then be a quarter of your initial position. You're only holding on to a quarter of your position. When it comes back down, returns to this level, you can reaccumulate. Then it goes up another 10+%, comes back down, add to it, go up another 10%. So this is just like opportunities to be making 10 to 20% swings. This one goes up more than 30%. So then, I mean, you could just say, hey, at this point, trim the rest of that. And then, yeah, by the end of that, you'd have like an eighth of a position left. And so you'd be, you'd lose about 4% on an eighth of a position, whereas you gained 10, 20, 30% on halves, quarters of positions. So yeah, it's just like, I think this helps make risk management a little bit more manageable because, yeah, as long as you're trimming every 10%, and then when it switches sides, when it switches signs, that's the exit sign you want to close out, whether you're up or down. Although could have held on and then get up here, but no. All right, so there I've got that for USO. Now UCO. Yeah, I mean, they're not perfect. It's a loss of 10%, so that sucks. Gonna make that yellow. 29.02. 29.02. Okay. This is 26.19. I will lock that. Yeah, so that's almost 10% loss there. That sucks. I think this one's also not going to be that good. Looks kind of flat. Low here. Low here. That's, I mean, that's a gain. Oh, man. This is, let's see, 24.93. It's closed there, 24.93. And then this one, they closed 27.14. And so where this goes down, this is where you saw, let's see, 26.92% gain going along over the course of June, July, August, September, 4 months. Let's see what that's like with this, which is 2x leveraged, and with it going below the starting position, that would give you an opportunity to get your average down. Yeah, it's 50%. So you're doubling your gains. That's pretty good. So this is $23. This is $34.59. Perfect. There we go. That's a pretty nice gain. Okay, yeah, so this is basically just like the start of doing this. And so, well, yeah, where were their losses? Okay, so one loss when going short, which was about 4%. This going along, 2x with UCO, loss of about 10%. That's why I need to color this one yellow. Loss of 5%. But you'd make that up. This is not even leveraged. 27% there with UCO, leveraged 50% there. This 33% there. Leverage, this is 2x short. So, any losses can be made up for with how well this generally seems to perform. So, I think that's a pretty cool thing. Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is go back in time. Let's look in the monthly time frame. What year does this start? 2006, okay. For this, these don't go back as far. 2008, that's still pretty good. That's better than natural gas. There's more data on this than there is natural gas, so it's cool. So I need to go back to 2006. Okay, so to go back to 2006, I'm going to go back to this table, and so I will make this, just going to adjust this to November. Basically, I have November, but I'm going to want, wait a second. So I need November 2021. Okay, so and then this, I want to go back to, hey, what's up? I'm just going over crude oil futures data, historical data. If you have any questions, if you have a ticker request, drop it in the live chat. I'd be happy to go over that. And yeah, I've basically just been compiling data from this website into a spreadsheet so that I can do comparisons of changes in the price of crude oil ETFs. USO is pictured here. Actually here, this is on the monthly time scale, do daily. And so what I've done is basically just for the past couple years, tracked when futures switch from red to green, green to red. And whenever there's that switch, if it goes from red to green, like marked by this green line, that is a sign to establish a long position, which would be either buying USO or UCO. And then with that 7.7% increase, a better example is over here, over the course of 4 months, 26.92% increase. That's not leveraged with UCO, 2x leveraged, 50% increase. Person just left. What I'm talking about is boring. I'm talking about predictable ways to make money though. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, SCO, they left. So why am I explaining this to anybody if they left? This 33%. Yeah, so there's great potential for this to be used as a tool to make money. And I will be documenting it on the channel. And many people are going to be jealous, but not me. I'm excited to act on this and hopefully not lose a lot of money. I don't think I will. Okay, so back to the, yeah, I'm going to actually get out of this audio library. I'm just going to plug back in to hear myself talk. All right. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how I sounded. All right, yes. Coming back to this historical data, I want this to go back to January. Oh, fuck. Oops, I swore, I'm sorry. I don't know that anybody cares. We're all adults here. All right, so I'm applying that, and then I'm going to take this. So this is basically, I wanted to start. Let's see, where's my data table? I wanted to start here, so that's December 1st, so I want it to be November. That's 22 though. I want 21. And actually, what might be nice, rather than dealing with all this crap that I populated here. Actually, no, I need to do that. I need to stick with it. I think it's going to be a nice example. But yeah, I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't have to give them my email or anything. And so this is just a lot of data. Fun stuff. Fun stuff, accessing data here for free. All right, can I scroll? Oh, man. Hopefully I didn't. I think I screwed this up. Dang it. I have to get those last two. Okay, got it. Cool. All right, so I've got all of this data here highlighted. And I'm going to insert here. Wait. So I'll insert a row, and then in that row, I'm going to paste. So that's all of that data. Oh, crap. I didn't want to do that. So well, what I can do is that, I'm just going to sort it anyways, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so there's that. Make sure all of this is recognized as a date. The correct format, okay. And then I will select all of these. And I will sort by column A. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to clear this formatting. Let's see. Conditional formatting. This needs to go to, okay, so edit rule, and this is going to, man. Oh, this is how I do it. Oh, what was that number down there? Dang it. 217. Okay, so yeah, got all of that there. And let's see. And there are no flat ones. So yeah, in the natural gas, there was one that was like exactly 0. Kind of crazy. So it's yellow. All right, and so for these flips, I'm just going to put lines here so I know that it flipped. And yes, I will look at this. So this goes back to June 2022. Right here. Okay, so with this, let's see. Let's see about this. Okay, so USO switched from red to green in October. Yep, so this is, okay, so I'm just going to put NAs, NAs, NAs. Oh, man. Then when it switched from red to green, this is still NA. Then it switched to red. And that's where I want to put this number, because that corresponds to November. So at the end of that, when you would sell when it's red, that's a 7.7% increase. 7.7%. Oh, man, I don't want to make these formatted as percent. But yeah, maybe 7.7. 7.7% increase there. This one is 15.11 because it's 2x leveraged. And let's see. Okay, so these are, red. Actually, I'm not gonna color any of that now. Okay, and then so while this is red, these are NA. And then it switches from, okay, yeah, I need to start this. So this is green here. First one here, red to green, so. Yep, so this is NA as well because I don't have data. And then when it switches from green to green, that's when this pops in, 33.75%, 33.75%. This is NA again. And then when this switches to green, this is where we get a -1, -3.71. -3.71, and then this one 8.86%, 8.86%, and the rest of the time it's NA. And so when this, yeah, this is be NA for these. Hey, what's up? I'm just going over crude oil futures, using them as an indicator for price action, looking at USO and UCO, which are long, and then SCO, which is short. And every time it switches from red to green, I track the change in price. And so that can result in, so this is short, 33.75%. UCO had one that was 50%, and this is just over the past couple of years. I plan on doing this going back to 2008, 2006. Not tonight, but this is really just the beginning of diving into this data, which I obtained from investing.com, just looking at crude oil futures prices and looking at historical data. Let's see, sorry, I think Ed's head was in the way. Looking at historical data on the monthly time frame. And then so basically, whenever it switches, like here you see it switch from, that's behind me, sorry. Like up here you see it switches from positive green to red. That would be like if you're holding long here when it's green, it switches to red. That would be like a sell indicator or a short indicator. And so I looked into this with natural gas previously. I'm nearly done compiling all of that data. Which I'll probably have a video out on that either Friday or Saturday. And basically, this data comes out every first of the month. I believe this is futures data post expiration. So like this is showing the futures data for November, and the change for that those futures was a decrease in 7.2% right here that you see. And so the first of every month, this table gets populated with a new value. And so my plan is to use that as an indicator for the direction of the price, whether it would be up or down for the following month, and then to basically have small positions, not terribly large. And so like basically for this one that goes up 33%, it does dip down initially. So that could be a nice way to lower your average. And then, from that bottom to the top here before the green line, 70% change. And so what one could do is, basically your position would be, you ideally want to have your position, this red line corresponds with, I don't know if you can see it because Ed's in the way, June 1st, the close of that day. That's what this box is based on. And so you go from the close of that to the close of the first trading day. That turns green, switches sign, and that's when you'd want to sell. And so with this, just establishing a position here and holding the top, that's or till the change in sign, it's a 33% increase. But if you get your average down on this dip, or you trim in 10% increments, which I think is probably the best way to do this, this 33%, could potentially be larger. It could potentially be smaller. Depends on how you play it. But yeah, it's really just all about managing risk, and the futures, I think, is a nice way of getting an idea of what the price will be like and going over the next month. So yeah, this will probably be useful videos, but probably not so exciting live streams, which is unfortunate. But this is kind of like the information that I'm digging into, so I feel like it's good to share. All right. Anyways, there were two people here. They left, so I'm going to go back to what I was doing before. So this switched from green to red. So this is May for the long. That is, oh man, this is the worst one. 5.29, negative 5.29. And this is about 10, I believe. 9.75, negative 9.75. So that sucks. All right, and then so this last one, this is the big kahuna. 26.92%. 26.92%. And this one is 50 something. 50.39. 50.39. No data following that. Okay, and so the way that I want to do this, these are red. This is red. These don't actually need to be NAs. I just don't have the data all the way back from that. So, okay, this is green. This is red. Super exciting. It helps me to color code things, just makes it a little easier to see numbers. Oh, wait, that's not green. That should be red. Dang it. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, now this is green. This one's red. This one's green. I could have done this much more efficiently. Yeah. So there's some losses, but overall, just from this example, net gain. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna save that, and yeah, I will over time, maybe over the next couple weeks, ideally by the end of this week, because December 1st, new data will come out for this table. So ideally, I'll have this done by then, but I want to do natural gas first because I have a personal interest in that. Whereas with oil, I don't yet, but I probably will because I think this just seems like a no-brainer. You're not gonna like double your position easily, double your money overnight, but making 10+% gains over the course of a couple months and doing that multiple times over the course of the year, long or short, I think this is going to be really awesome. And so, yeah, I don't see anybody in here. I've been doing this for an hour and 1 minute. So yeah. Hey, what's up? I was just about to sign off, but I'm happy to go over a ticker request if you have one. I just have been compiling crude oil futures data to use as an indicator for price prediction of crude oil ETFs, whether long or short. And basically what's on this table is from this prediction, you can kind of gauge whether something's going to go up or down. And from that, I have what the percent gains or losses would be. It's basically the largest loss from this example, 2x leveraged, about 10%. But, the following period, that's 50% gain. So if in doing this, you're not going crazy with position size and trimming, you could actually avoid the majority of this loss. So my thoughts, basically, going over the chart here, this is just the past couple years. This is UCO, so it's like 2x leveraged crude oil ETF, UCO. And so whenever futures switch from green to red, like this red line here, or red to green, like this green line, that would basically serve as an indicator, or I'm thinking of it as an indicator of when you want to go long or short. And so for this example here, over the course of 1 month, indicates going long. That's a 15% gain there. This other one indicates going long. Sucks. There's a 10% loss, so not really that great. But then this one, over the course of 4 months, increase of 50%. So yeah, I think I'm basically going to go, not this evening. Hey, what's up? How is Rivian? I got a question for that. I will pull up Rivian chart. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I don't think people were really too excited about what I was doing in this stream. Nobody was really stopping by. So Rivian. I just made a video about this a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday. I forget. Let's see. Yeah, so basically from this. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to it because I usually have alerts when things go down. When things go up, it's, I don't pay attention. So Rivian, it looks like from this down trending wedge that, was identified by TrendSpider that I saw on Twitter. Yeah, I see. Let's see. Not too much into stock. So Rivian, question was on that. It looks like it broke out of this falling wedge. And actually, yeah, that looks pretty strong. It was only up 1.4% today. But that looks like this could be the beginning of taking off from that wedge. I might expect, basically, my understanding of when things break out, you would want to see a retest of that line. And so what might happen tomorrow or on Wednesday, which would actually, I think, be a good thing, is if there was a pullback to maybe where this yellow line is, let's see, to right around 1605. If there's a pullback to that level, but then a close above, that would be demonstrating that this downtrending line that has served as resistance in the past is now support. And then from there, it could launch up to any of these levels that I have marked here, whether that's 1765, about $20, 21.58 to fill this gap here. So yeah, if you're holding Rivian, I'd chill. I'd wait to see if there's a pullback and just kind of keep an eye on that pullback. Is it respecting this downtrending line? That downtrending line is based on the high of October 2nd, which was 24.87. So you could draw this line on your charts. And then also the high on November 15th, which was $17.75. So it looks like a clear breakout to me, but there might be a retest. So I'd keep an eye on that. Yeah. And, I don't usually look on the shorter time scale, but yeah, oh, look, that's pretty cool too. This tail looks like it came back, kissed that line going up, see a 4-hour time frame. Yeah. I could even draw, let's see, channel around this. Yeah, so it looks like, it's not perfect. There's a little bit of break here, but that looks like it's getting out of that top of that wedge. Hey, do I think Rivian could drop to $12? Let's see. I'm going to look at the daily time frame for that and delete this channel that I just drew. Let's see. $12. Since it's been there before, yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I do think that considering that it's like breaking out of this, the top of this falling wedge, I think that this is, I could be completely wrong. I think that this is more likely to fill the gap to the upside, 21.58, than to go to 12 at this point. However, there are other lines that I've drawn here that could serve as resistance. Maybe this breaks out, but gets stopped at 17.65 or around $20. $20, I would say, I feel like going up to fill this gap, that might be a little greedy just because like 20 is such a psychological level, round number. And it's also, as you can see here, these 2 days served as support there, served as support here as well, basically right around here, and then resistance in this area. So I could see $20 being pretty significant resistance. And so what might happen is, where this, let's see, this downtrending line that I've drawn in gray, where that intersects with 20 right around here, that would be around the middle of January. I feel like $20 could be a target for like the middle of January. But, with that being said, I don't really do options. I don't do that too much. So timing is just just a guess based on these lines. Where do they intersect? Excuse me. But yeah, as far as $12 goes, I feel like that's, if it were to go to $12, it'd really have to test, 15.28 right here, which it just, I think only one day here. Let's see, what was the low on the 30th? Yeah, the low on October 30th was 15.29. So like the only time it's gone below 15.28 was, so these 2 days, on November 13th, it hit 15.28. November 10th, it went a little bit lower, but closed above. So yeah, I would think that there'd have to be like a clear breakdown below 15.28. Once that were to happen, like a clear close, like not a close at like 15.20, like a close at like $15, clearly breaking below it. I think then, yeah, you could start thinking about these lower levels, which this blue one, this lower one here is $12. But yeah, there are many other levels to get to first, and I think the upside is more likely before $12. But if you're trading this, considering that it just got out of this wedge, I think it's much more likely to go up. If you're considering holding this for a really long time, like not selling it for many years, um, I think that the price action going up now, will be nice to see, but it might, come back below current levels before you would want to sell years from now, just because these things are so dynamic. And also, there's always, like the past couple of years, there's been like talks of recession. And if we're to get into a legitimate recession next year, just everybody using credit cards, debt skyrocketing, all of that. If we are to get into a recession, I don't think a lot of people are going to be really putting lots of money into like really nice trucks that Rivian's putting out. Like I think they're really, really nice. But at the same time, I think that I just looked it up today. It might be outdated. It was from like March of this year. But Amazon owns 17% of Rivian. And so just to have like that kind of backing from Amazon, and for Amazon to be using Rivian's vehicles for delivery, where I live in like a smaller college town. I have not seen any of those Rivian delivery Amazon vehicles, but I went into Chicago and I saw those delivery vehicles, the Rivian vans there. And yeah, just to have fleets, I think that there's Rivian's not only making a pickup truck that performs very well. I don't really know the specs of them, but that performs well, looks great, has a lot of great features. So it's a competitive pickup truck as well as electric vehicle. So that's like two markets right there. But then also to be getting into fleets like Amazon, it's possible, maybe other companies would do that too. UPS, FedEx, who knows? Small businesses. I'm thinking of like florists that deliver flowers, in vans and stuff like that. So yeah, there's, I think, a lot of great potential with Rivian, both in like the consumer perspective with pickup trucks and electric vehicles, but also with the commercial perspective with fleets. So, I find them to be a really compelling, really interesting company. I feel so stupid. I remember, I think I saw one on the street, one of the pickup trucks around this time, and I was just like, oh man, that's a beautiful truck. And just like, I can't believe I'm actually seeing it on the street. And I didn't establish a position. I feel stupid for not doing that. But at the same time, I probably wouldn't have sold up here. You get lost in the emotions and stuff, the euphoria. But, I might have trimmed some. So, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, right now, I do think that there's some upside with it. But the next couple days, there might be a pullback. And that would be like, let's say you established half of the position that you wanted at $16. I would say over the next couple days, there might be a pullback to around, I think I said 1605, maybe 1610. Let's see, the low of today was 1610. So yeah, if over the next couple days it pulls back to 1610, that might be a nice opportunity to accumulate a little bit more with the hopes, with the expectation that this broke out, it's going to continue higher. For me, I don't have, I wish I had a position in Rivian, but I don't right now. I think I was maybe waiting for, I think I set a small order at 1528 in case that were to be retested. But at this point, I'm probably going to close that buy order, because I would think that if it came down to 1528 at this point, that would not be a good sign. Because, yeah, well, I guess it could come down there and then really like form a double bottom and then go up. But I think over the next few days, I don't think it's going to go that low. Let's see. Yeah, so I got a comment. Thanks a lot for your suggestions. Sorry, got to go now. Glad I can catch you live. And if you guys, if there's a preferred time that I do live streams, preferred days, let me know in the comments. Let me know, on any videos, if there are things you'd like me to talk about specifically. I work during the day, and when I get home, I either try to put out a couple videos or I could do a live stream, whatever's better for the community. I'm just trying to grow the channel. And with that, I'm getting better with my technical analysis. And yeah, so I mean, it's really fun to do this and to have the engagement. So yeah, because this is actually, I put out my first YouTube video in 2015 and started to grow this other channel, but it never got to the point of as much growth as I've seen in the past month on this channel. So yeah, I mean, it's so exciting to have the engagement. I really appreciate it. Wish to see 1765 tomorrow or this week. Let's see. I feel like if it does go up to 1765 within this week without retesting the top of this line as support, I would think that there might be a pullback. So like 1765 would be like a short-term high before coming back to retest, maybe coming down to 1528 and then bouncing from there. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see, a retest of the top of the wedge, and that would serve as confirmation. It's broken out, coming back, that's now support, and then launching. And for me personally, I'm not that great at timing stuff like that because, yeah, I mean, I just, it comes back and retests it, and I think it's breaking down, and so I don't want to add to it. But that's also just like the psychology of the market. It's like, oh, it's breaking out. The psychology is, I'm going to buy it, it's breaking out. And then the next couple days it comes back down, and then you start to doubt yourself. Oh man, that was a fake out. But then after it comes back, maybe the next 2 days are red, pulls back. Anybody who went long up here thinks they're stupid. They sell at a loss. And then from there, it takes off. And so that's just like market psychology is just like market makers trying to squeeze every penny out of every retail trader. So yeah, I mean, I would expect a pullback, whether that's after 1765 or ideally before, because I think that could really launch up higher. So let's see. There's this one thing. I just typed in hey, so it moves yours up. There's a little heart emoji that blocks some of the live chat that I can't read it. So I say, I meant it might take a ride with Tesla on Thursday. Oh yeah, because yeah, it's like today is Cyber Monday. Thursday is Cyber Thursday because that's the Cybertruck stuff. Actually, let's see. I've got Tesla here. What's news? Tesla sues. I was expecting some news to be on Cyber Thursday, but yeah, that might actually be though. Let's see. It's possible that Cyber Thursday could be a sell the news event. Let's see. Like for me, Tesla is like always the stock that like I'm always like, I want to buy it now, but I'm gonna wait. And then I don't buy it, and then I just like always regret not buying it. I could have had it at like 100 a share or less, but I didn't. But yeah, I mean, that's just how trading goes. But yeah, looking at the chart now. So I remember the video that I made on this was based on, I mean, I don't think I would have made a video on it. I just found this yellow line to be just so beautiful that it's, I guess, based on the open of January 6th, 2023, and I believe the low of April 27th. So those are the two touch points, pivot points for that line. Just see this drop down, this gap down beautifully. The high comes up to that line, is rejected. So I just feel like that's such a beautiful example of charting and how, something like this from a distance seems so meaningless, but then you connect those lines, starts to make some sense. Also, on November 15th, there was a breakout above that line. However, the close was right at it. So I could see that Cyber Thursday, it could be a hype day where this goes up. It could test the top, like this yellow line again. But considering that this blue channel, the top of that, it seems like we're getting close to where two levels of what are now resistance are converging. So, I could see price going up to, let's see, it's 250, 253, but I could see it being rejected there. And that, like, that's would correspond with December 8th about. That would be a Friday, or Monday, December 11th. So, yeah, I mean, Cyber Thursday could result in a rally that eventually brings it up to that level, and then I would think it's ultimately going to be rejected. I think Tesla is amazing, but I mean, for me, this is why I don't have a position in Tesla, because I'm just waiting for like 145 or this line right around 146.41 for this gap to be filled. But there's also, I think, one, yeah, right around, I guess it's the bottom here. That's right around 165. So that could be a nice price to get in at. But yeah, I'm not sure what would be happening in the next week. Could be a rally, could be a sell the news. But yeah, I mean, since it is going kind of sideways now, and it does look actually like, let's see, from this point to that, and then going across there, there's a little wedge, it seems like, and so that could be breaking to the upside. So that's something to consider. But yeah, I see one more person here. I had a few at a time before, but some people took off. If you have any ticker requests, I'd be happy to go over them. Otherwise, I've been doing this for an hour, 20 minutes, so I might log off. But yeah, if you do have a request, let me know in the live chat. While you do that, I'm just going to throw this up. If you enjoyed this stream, make sure you like it and share your thoughts in either the live chat or the comments. And definitely subscribe to the channel. Trying to do a live stream at least once a week, ideally Sundays. But if there are other times that work for people, happy to try and do that. Usually working Monday through Friday during the week, during the workday. But I might take days off occasionally to stream. Just, wanting to get more engagement, wanting to get this channel to be growing. But yeah, since I don't see a new comment in the live chat, I'm probably going to get signing off. And I guess I should note too that if you didn't catch it before, what I went over was just basically compiling some data from crude oil futures to use that as like a predictor for crude oil ETFs, similar to what I'm trying to do with natural gas, really just like looking at all of the commodities to use futures as an indicator for direction over the course of the following month. To then either go long or short based on that. Because I think that's going to be a pretty nice way, a pretty safe way to make some money. But, I, of course, could be wrong. There is some risk with it. But I feel like it seems like I think it will be promising. But, yeah, anyways, with that, thank you. Oh, I see another person coming here. I was about to sign off, but if you have a ticker request, let me know in the live chat. Happy to go over any ticker that you want. I was just going over Tesla a little bit and Rivian based on requests from the live chat. And this stream, I had primarily been going over crude oil, long or short, looking at futures data, which I compiled into this spreadsheet. I will be compiling data from this website, investing.com, looking at crude oil monthly futures. Let's see, it's right above Ed there on the monthly time scale, to be using that as prediction for the direction crude oil will be going. And so basically, every first of the month, this table is updated with a new value, a new percentage change. And so November, it was red. And so you'd expect price to go down in November. On December 1st, another value will come out. And if that's green, I would expect this to switch from being bearish to bullish to go. I probably won't establish a large position because I'm more focused on natural gas. I just know that market better. But wanting to get into commodities more, if December 1st, if this switches to green, I'll probably open a small position and see what kind of gains I can make over the course of that month based on just using monthly futures as an indicator for that price action. And, but yeah, with that, I am going to move back to the charts because that's where all the fun is. Say cheers to all of you guys, the one person who's left here. Cheers to you. And yeah, I will stream again Sunday. And I might also do, hey, I was just about to sign off and other people keep coming in and out. If you have a ticker request, let me know, the ticker request in the live chat. Happy to go over it. Just went over Rivian and Tesla. Happy to go over any ticker. But over the course of the stream, I went over crude oil, both long and short ETFs, looking at monthly futures and how that could potentially be a good indicator for price action for the following month based on data from investing.com. And so basically, every first of the month, this table's updated. So the 1st of December, right around the corner, that's this Friday, if this percent change is green, that would indicate to me December is a good month to be long crude oil. If it stays red, since I don't have a position now, that would be a good indicator for me to stay out because maybe it would switch from red to green. Hey, I see another person in the live or in watching. If you have a request for me, a ticker request, happy to go over, whatever ticker you'd like to see. I had just gone over Tesla as well as Rivian, which Rivian, I'll mention this. I had just put out a video on this falling wedge. And it looks like from today, there was a breakout. So what I would expect to see is a pullback, a retest of that line. And if that test is successful, I must have drank too much of this too quickly. And if there's a bounce, that would be confirmation that there's a breakout from this falling wedge. This white line that has served as resistance is now support, and there could be a bounce going up to 1765, around $20, or to fill this gap at 2158. I view basically this, I don't know how well you can see it, this downtrending line here from these peaks, where that converges with these other levels. I find that to be pretty interesting. To fill this gap, that could be after the first week of December. That could happen. However, that's a lot of movement to fill that. But yeah, that is a possibility. Let's see what kind of percentage move that would be from the high here. That would be about a 30% move. About TMF. I don't know TMF. Well, I gotta... TMF. Oh, 3X. What is this? Profile. It's 3X ETF of, Treasury. 20-year Treasury bond index. Wow. Yeah, so this is something that I'm really not that familiar with. But just like looking at the chart, I have a tough time with this. Let's see. Are there lines that could be connected that might make some sense. I don't know. Is that a compelling line? Um, it could be at resistance. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing this line up there, so it could be total BS. No idea. But I find that I think that's pretty interesting. You know, if I adjust this to the low there, the low on that day approximately. Yeah, I think that this could be turning around. Um, let's see. There is, you know, this gap up here. Um, yeah, I mean, because this little guy doesn't touch that line, but yeah, this is, I mean, especially because it's 3x leveraged. Ooh, how does this look? That's too steep. Um, yeah, I would want to see a good amount of volume to break out above this. That line may be complete BS. Um, but yeah, I would want to, like, over here you have like volume to it's like 65 million, 66 million. Um, I think you'd want to start seeing volume about that. Let's see, actually. Yeah, because yeah, so like on this day, on November 1st, you've got still prices low. It's green. You've got a bunch of volume. That represents an increase of 6%. But then from that high, you know, when you see, oh, volume's above 60 million. And then from there, you know, the highs recently, that's 20% move. Um, it is still below, the RSI is below 60, so it's not in overbought territory above 70, but it is getting up there. Um, yeah. I mean, it is possible this would be pretty ugly, but let's see. Maybe this is. Nah, I'm thinking maybe this is an inverse head and shoulders. But that's a pretty ugly shoulder right here. Um, but yeah, if that were to be, let's see, I'll draw this. Like, let's see. Yeah, this like shoulder here, and then to take like measured move from, let's say this right around here to that, that's 24%. That could be, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's an inverse head and shoulders. I think it's too ugly to be, but um, going up to 581, possible breakout to that. Um, but I think you'd want to really see some volume there. And right now, while the volume did go up a little bit, it's a little more than half of what you'd want to see based on the change here, from 35 million to 66 million. So yeah, for me, at this point, I would think it's too risky because it could get rejected here. I don't think it's worth it. Um, if I had a position, if I established a position here and I was trying to contemplate, do I want to keep holding or do I want to sell? At this point, I feel like it's possible it could break out, but it's also possible it could be rejected. And so for me, and I tend to be pretty conservative with like trimming on the way up, I would definitely trim a lot here because that could be coming into resistance pretty soon. But if it doesn't and it goes higher, nice to still be holding. So it's you got to manage that risk. If you're from, let's say your average is $4 right here, the closing price, that's 25%, 27% increase. Yeah, so I would, I definitely want to trim some of that. But yeah, I don't see anybody watching right now, so I think that gives me the clear to sign off. Maybe it's good for me. Maybe since people showed up later, maybe it's good for me to start these not at 9 Eastern. I was about to say 8 because I'm Central Time where I'm at, but maybe starting this 10 Eastern would be better. So that's something to consider. I'd have to stay up later than I'd like, but if there's more engagement and stuff, that would be great. And if for some reason you're miraculously watching this while it's not live, make sure you like the video. Make sure you like all of my videos. Share your thoughts in the comments down below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It's fun doing these live streams, fun to get ticker requests, and I look forward to doing this again on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I might go for, a couple hours if people are tuning in later. So we'll have to see. But thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to exchanging with you guys in the comments. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care and good night.